Okay, so starting in child's pose, please. And then just taking a moment to feel what it is that you're feeling in your body. Checking in with what it is that you've brought in with you. And then connecting to what it is that ultimately brings you to your mat. Wherever you happen to be in your breath cycle, take a full deep breath in. And exhale, let it go. Please walk your hands over to the right-hand side. Take the chest over top of the knee if you can. Just reach over with your left hand. Take a big deep breath in. And then as you breathe out, lean towards your left. Please make your way back to center. Take a full breath here. And then walk the hands over to the left-hand side, please. Take the chest over top of the knee. Reach over with your right hand, breathe in. And as you breathe out, lean towards your right. And make your way back to center. Please come up onto your hands and knees. And have the hands right underneath the shoulders and knees underneath the hips if this is really making your wrists sore. You can bring your fists to the floor. And then just a little bit of movement here as you breathe in, lower the belly, lift the tailbone, lift the pelvis forward or up. As you exhale, round your spine, press the pelvis up towards your elbows and really exaggerate that space between the shoulder blades. Good, inhale, lower the belly, lift the tailbone, lift the chest, look forward or up. Exhale as you round your spine, take your gaze in towards the navel. And one more time, inhale, lower the belly, lift the tailbone, lift the chest. And exhale as you round your spine. And then make your way back to neutral spine. We'll just sway the hips a little here from side to side. And then pause when you bring the hips over to your right-hand side. And then sit back towards your heels, sway over towards the left side, and then all the way back up to center. So just creating these nice big hip circles with your body. You can feel free to involve the shoulders if that feels nice. And then go ahead and switch directions. And then pause when you come to center. Come up onto the tips of the fingers and just step your right foot forward between your hands. Have a look, make sure there's a vertical line in your front shin and roughly 45 degrees from your left hip down to your left knee. So take your hands out a little bit wider than your shoulders and then just sway a little here from side to side. And then just be mindful as you shift your weight back to straighten out your right leg, hook the heel, lift up the toes, and then move the hands underneath the shoulders. This is where the blocks may be handy. So have a look, make sure that there's a vertical line from the crease of the left hip down to the top of the knee. And with the hands right underneath the shoulders or on a block, lift up your chest, breathe in. And as you keep the spine nice and long, when you breathe out, send your chest closer towards the floor, more towards the floor than towards your leg. And walk your hands forward, bend back into your right knee. Take the left hand to the floor and the right hand on top of the right knee. Lift up the chest to create some space, and then just turn the torso to your right hand side. Unwind to take the right hand to the floor, and then just slide your right knee back as you step your left foot forward. Again, once have a look at vertical line in your front shin, roughly 45 degrees from right hip to right knee, and then just sway a little here from side to side. Pause when you come to center. Slowly start to shift the weight back to straighten out the left leg. Hook the heel, lift up the toes, and then move the hands right underneath the shoulders. Lengthen out the spine, breathe in. And as you breathe out, send your chest down towards the floor. The hands forward, bend back into your left knee. Right hand stays on the floor, left hand on top of the left knee, please. Lift up the chest and then turn the torso to your left hand side. Good. Unwind to take the left hand to the floor, and then slide the left knee back. Bring the toes together to touch, knees wider than your hips, and once again, settle back to your child's pose. This time, turn the palms face up towards the sky though, and then settle the chest down towards the floor. Feel a nice wide back when you breathe in, and a long spine when you breathe out. Big deep breath in. And exhale, let it go. And then turn your right palm down as you slide the left arm underneath the right with the palm face up and turn your head towards your right side. And then gently bring your left hand forward, please. Then slide your right arm underneath the left with the palm face up. Turn your head towards the left side. Gently bring your right hand forward, please. And then come up onto your hands and knees. And now step your right foot to the outside of your right hand. Okay, so same as before, vertical line in your front shin, roughly 45 degrees from left hip to left knee. You may want to grab your block here if the floor feels really far away. So just take a second to place the left hand to the floor and the right hand to the inside of the right knee. Okay, now flex your foot and then gently open up the knee. Now flatten your foot and then start to tick-tock your right foot towards your left thumb. Right hand to the floor and then move your hands forward. This is not entirely pleasant, but I promise it's good. So flex your foot. I'm getting dirty looks over here. Flex your foot and open up your knee and then draw your right knee up towards your right elbow. Oh. We won't be here long because I can't drink it either. Good, and then walk your hands back underneath the shoulders, flatten your foot, tick-tock your right foot towards the right edge of your mat. Good, move your hands underneath the shoulders, grab your blocks if you need them, and then just be mindful as you start to shift the weight back to straighten out your right leg and then lift the toes up. Walk your hands over to the left-hand side, like you're reaching just past the top left-hand corner of your mat. You can have your hands on blocks or just on the floor. And then make sure you maintain dorsiflexion of your right foot. Yep, and then draw your right hip back. Walk the hands back to center. Keep your foot as it is. I'm sorry. Bring your hands over top of your right shin or onto a block on the outside of that right shin. Good. Now, externally rotate your right foot so the arch of the foot is pointed up towards the ceiling. I really wish you could see her. Okay, and then draw your right hip back so like you're pushing your femur back into your hip socket. Good. Now maintain that as you point your toes back up towards the ceiling. Good. Now take a big deep breath in, and then as you breathe out, draw your right pinky toe back towards your shin. It's so pleasant. Careful as you walk your hands back to center, bend back into your right knee. Good, and then gently slide the right knee back and step your left foot to the outside of your left hand. Good, you can stay here. You can bring your elbows down to the floor, elbows to the block. We won't be there long. But then just press back up onto your hands and then take your left hand to the inside of the left knee. Flex your foot and gently guide that left knee open. you're ready, flatten your foot. Start to tick-tock your left foot towards your right thumb. Good. And then walk your hands forward. Flex your foot, open up your left knee, and then draw the left knee up towards your left elbow. Hands move underneath the shoulders, flatten your foot. Tick-tock your left foot back to the edge of your mat. And then shift the weight back to straighten out your left leg without sitting back on your heel. There's a straight line from the crease of the right hip down to the top of the knee. And then walk your hands over to the right side, like you're reaching just past the top right-hand corner of your mat. That way. And then flex your foot. Walk your hands back to center. Now over top of your left shin, you can have a block right here if you need. And then externally rotate your left foot so the arch of the foot is pointed up towards the ceiling. Draw your left hip back. Keep that and start to point the toes back up towards the ceiling. Take a nice big deep breath in, and then as you breathe out, draw your left pinky toe back towards your shin. And then walk the hands back to center, forward to bend back into your knee. And then just be mindful as you slide your left knee back. Once again, coming into child's pose, toes together, knees nice and wide. And then you can sway before you settle into your child's pose. And come back up onto your hands and knees, please, and slide your right knee up towards your right wrist with the right heel underneath the left hip. We're coming into pigeon on the right side. So with the back toes tucked under, look back behind you. You may need to move the left knee back. I'll show you from the side how I did that. Okay, and then, so just make sure that the heel, knee, and hip are all in one line. And then you can come down onto your elbows, onto a block or bolster. And then stack your forearms and just let your head rest. Going on with your breathing if you can allow it to be nice, long, and even. Encouraging the lateral expansion of your rib cage when you inhale. A long spine when you exhale. hands so that they're right underneath the shoulders. Lift up the chest. Good. And then drop down onto your right hip and then gently step the left foot to the outside of your right knee. Good. So you can keep that here. If that's really hard for your knee, then you can extend your right leg forward. Wrap your right arm around the left knee, lift up your chest, and then turn the torso to your left side. If this is enough, you can stay here. You can also hook your right elbow to the outside of the knee with the fingertips facing up. Or if you like, you can bring your right hand down to the floor. And then notice what happens with your breathing. We are naturally constricted here, simply from the position of the body. Send your attention to the places in the body that require it. Be mindful as you unwind. We're going to take a quick counter twist here. So just place your left hand to the inside of the left leg and just turn the torso to the right side, just ever so briefly. And then unwind. So uncross your leg, make your way back to your hands and knees, and then slide your left knee up towards the left wrist with the left heel underneath the right hip. And then with the back heel tucked under, you can move the right knee back. When you're ready, lower down onto your elbows, onto a block, maybe stack your forearms here, whatever feels nice. Once you have a shape that feels nice that you can soften into, bring in that deeper breath. Two more mindful breaths, just as you are. And then place your hands so that they're right underneath the shoulders and lift up the chest. Please lower down onto your left hip. And as you lean over, you can step your right foot to the outside of the left knee. Wrap your left arm around the right knee, lift up your chest, and then turn the torso to the left side, right side. With the right hand behind you, you can hook the elbow to the outside of the knee if you like, or you can bring your left hand down to the floor. slowly unwind. Just a quick counter twist here as you bring your right hand to the inside of your right leg and turn towards the left side. And then just bring it back to center. Lean back here to lengthen the left leg out in front of you, and then the right. Give the legs a quick little shake. And then just pointing the left heel towards the corner of your mat, place your right foot to your upper inner left thigh. Good. Hands to either side of the hips, lengthen the spine, and then lean forward towards your center. Again, this is where you can take your block right in front of you. You can maybe crawl down onto your elbows. Walk the hands back towards you and lengthen the spine. So place the hands to either side of the hips and then just turn the torso towards your left knee. Flex your foot and then keep your spine long as you just hinge forward. And then you can take your right hand to the outside of the knee, outside of the shin, or you can hold on to the outside edge of your foot. Slowly and mindfully pick yourself back up to a neutral spine. We're just going to turn the torso to the right side and then place the elbow on top of the knee with the palm face up on your ankle. If you have lots of mobility, you can bring your elbow in front of your knee and tuck the thumb and forefinger underneath the Achilles. If that doesn't feel good, we're just right here. Okay, so place your right hand on top of the right hip and then try to stack your shoulders. If you're feeling enough in your side body, just as it is, stay here. If you want, you can bring your right hand up towards the sky. And if you like, you can reach your right hand over towards your left foot. No, other way. Yeah. And then place your hand on the hip. So place your elbow on your thigh then. No, on your left thigh. The left elbow on your, yeah. And then knee, yeah. I'm just feeling right inside. Good, and then just be slow to come back to center. Hands come behind you, and then lengthen your right leg out. Place your left foot to your upper inner right thigh. Hands to either side of the hips, lengthen the spine, and then as you exhale, hinge forward, try to keep your spine nice and long. Once you've gotten to wherever you need to be, then you can place your hands out in front of you. You can crawl down onto your elbows. Slowly make your way back up to center. Take your hands behind you and then turn your torso towards your right knee. Lengthen the spine, breathe in, and as you breathe out, hinge forward. Keeping your right hand behind you, you can take your left hand to the outside of the right knee, the shin, or you can hold on to the outside edge of your foot. And then slowly and mindfully pick yourself back up to neutral. And then you can bring your right elbow on top of the knee with the palm face up on the ankle. The thigh might work also, but if you want, you can bring your elbow in front of the knee with the thumb and forefinger tucked underneath your Achilles. So start by placing the left hand on top of the left hip, and then stack your shoulders and open up. And again, if that's enough, you can stay here, or you can reach the left hand up towards the sky. You can stay here, or you can reach your left hand towards your right foot. Moba, you're going to bring your arm over your head a little bit more instead of forward. Yeah. Yeah. And just be really careful as you slowly bring it back to center. Hands come behind you, and then bring the soles of the feet together to touch. Open up the knees. I don't want your heels too close to your body, so we're just creating this diamond shape with our legs. You can place the hands on your shins, lengthen the spine, and then hinge forward. And as you hinge forward, you can bring your elbows on top of the knees, on a block, or in front of the shins. Maybe tuck the chin in towards the chest. And then breathe as if you're breathing from your back. Be careful as you slowly make your way back up to center. Okay, so bring your right shin so that it's parallel to the front of your mat, and then bring the left leg behind you so that the thigh is about parallel to the shin. Move that leg back a little bit. Okay, so take your hands to either side of your hips, lengthen the spine, turn your torso towards your right knee. Breathe in nice and big, and then as you breathe out, hinge forward towards your knee, and then you can bring your elbows out in front, or you can stack your feet, or you can let your head down. Okay, so the concentration, yes, we're going to a little bit the outside of the right hip, but really more on the left hip flexor, so you may need to move that left knee back. And then just place your hands so that they're right underneath the shoulders, lift up the chest. And then just bring your feet forward here about the width of your mat, and then we'll just windshield wiper this. And then bring your left leg out so that the shin is parallel to the front of your mat. Right leg back so that the thigh is parallel to the shin. So there should be some space here between your knee and your heel. Hands to either side of the hips and turn the torso towards your left knee. And then you can bring your hands out in front, maybe crawl down onto your elbows and let your head rest. Place your hands so that they're right underneath the shoulders and lift up the chest. And then bring your feet forward so that the feet are about the width of your mat. And then windshield wiper the knees. Good. And then if you need the room on your mat, scoot forward. Otherwise, go ahead and lie all the way down on your back. I'm going to turn to the side. And then once you're on your back, bring the knees up towards your chest. And keep your right knee at your chest as you extend your left leg forward with the heel to the ground, toes pointed up towards the sky. And then draw your right knee over towards your right shoulder and just hold it here. Release the right arm out beside you. Take the left hand to the outside of the knee and just draw the knee across the body towards the left side and turn your head towards the right. And be careful as you slowly bring the knee back to center. And then bend your left knee so that the sole of the foot is on the floor, and then take your right ankle so it's just above your left knee. Now reach through, hold onto your left thigh, flex your feet as you draw the right knee in towards, left knee, sorry, in towards your chest. Good. Keep this shape with your legs, but release your hands and lower the sole of the left foot down to the floor. And then open up the left knee until the right foot rests on the floor, if you can. Just as far as you can go without pain. Good. And then once you have that, then draw the right knee away from you. So you can use your hand to push it away. You can energetically do it, whatever feels okay to your body in this moment. And slowly bring the knees back to center. And then keep the shape with your legs. Lower the knees over to the right side. You want to keep that right ankle to the outside of the left knee. And just let gravity start to take hold here. So you're feeling this out in your left front of the left hip. If you like, you can bring your left arm up and over your head. You might feel a little bit more through your left side body. Be mindful as you bring the knees back to center. Uncross the legs and then draw the left knee up towards your chest. Lengthen the right leg out in front of you and draw the left knee over towards your left shoulder and hold it here. So just really think about making the right leg as long as possible here. Maybe flex your foot, draw the foot away from you as you press your right hamstring down into the floor. Yeah. Be mindful as you release the left arm out beside you, right hand to the outside of the knee. Draw the knee across the body towards the right side. And just be careful as you slowly bring the knee back to center. Bend the right knee so that the sole of the foot is on the floor, and then take the left ankle just above the right knee. You can lift up your foot here if you want to reach through and hold on to the right thigh. Flex your feet as you draw the right knee in towards the chest. your hands. Lower the sole of the right foot down to the floor. And then open up your right knee until the left foot rests on the floor. And then draw the left knee away from you. Be mindful as you bring the knee back to center, and then lower the knees down to the left hand side. See that the left ankle is still to the outside of the right knee. You're just allowing gravity to take hold here, so just try to soften into this. And then if you like, you can take your right arm up and over your head. And then when you're ready, slowly bring the knees back to center. Square off the hips and uncross the legs. Bring the soles of the feet together to touch. Open up the knees. Place the hands right on top of the hip bones here. And then bring the knees together. Soles of the feet to the floor. Knees are bent. Put the back of the head into the mat. Roll the shoulders underneath the back just one time. We'll lift the hips up towards the sky. Use the leverage of your upper arms to bring the chest up towards the chin away from the chest. Take a nice big deep breath in. Stay right here. Breathe out. A big deep breath in. And then as you exhale, slowly and mindfully release all the way down towards the ground. Good. If you have your block close by, we're going to do that again. But notice that there's 3 heights of the block. If you just got a rolled up bath towel at home, same thing. So now press your feet into the floor, lift your hips up, and you're going to insert the block underneath you so that your sacrum can rest right on top at whatever height is appropriate for your body. So bring the left knee up towards your chest and then lengthen the right leg out in front of you. Yeah. If that's not a positive experience for your low back, then you can keep your knee bent. And then bend the right knee first. And then extend the left leg forward. the sole of the right foot back down to the floor. Bend both of the knees here, please. Press your feet into the floor, lift your hips up towards the sky. Remove the blocks from underneath you, and then just lower all the way down to the floor. And any other movements that you feel might be appropriate for your body, you can use them in this moment. Maybe just hugging the knees in towards the chest. Maybe simply lifting feet up towards the ceiling. Maybe a 2-knee twist may feel really nice. If you've done a 2-knee twist, please make sure that you've done both sides. And when you're ready, we'll make our way to Shavasana. So as you come into your Shavasana, lengthen the legs out in front of you, taking up as much space as you need. And find a collective inhale through the nose. Exhale completely out your mouth. One more time, take a nice big deep breath in. And exhale, let it go. Just awareness back into your body. Invite in a deeper breath. And breathe some life back into your limbs, wiggle the fingers and wiggle the toes. And gently turn your head all the way to your right-hand side. All the way to your left. And carefully back to center. One leg at a time, bring the knees up towards the chest. Rock a little here from side to side. And then roll all the way over to your right-hand side, please, into the fetal position, using your arm as a pillow and pause. And as you use this moment to pause, be here to feel fully the effects of our practice. And use this opportunity to breathe out that which no longer serves you, even if it's only for this breath. Using the strength of your hands with your eyes still heavy, please make your way up to a mindful seat. And once you sat up nice and tall in whatever shape is most mindful for you, place your hands on top of the knees with the palms face down. A moment to feel that sense of grounding and to acknowledge the shift in your body and perhaps in your mind from when we first began. Bring your hands together at heart center and bow your head down towards your heart. A full deep breath in through the nose. Exhale completely out your mouth. One more time with your biggest, deepest breath. Inhale. And exhale, let it go. Thank you so much for allowing me to guide you through your practice today. Honor yourself for taking this time to practice. For practicing with compassion and with kindness. From my heart to yours, namaste. Thank you guys. Thank you. Oh.